The Whiskey Brothers.
Welcome to the Whiskey Brothers podcast. Hi, everyone. Hello, episode 1060. That's a bunch of them. I'm Slade Ham. I'm your host. I do this all the time. I think 1,060 of these things. I might have missed one. Jerry Wayne Longmire across the table from me. Officially the newest part of the dais, but I don't think that's really a thing we say anymore.
Yeah.
Trey, at one point you were new. I don't remember when that was either.
God.
Like 10 years ago.
Some fans will ask and they'll bring it back up. You've been on since like the 400th episode or something, right? You've been here since
a year in the comedy.
Yeah, that's insane. Literally your whole comedy career.
About a year. About 17 months in the comedy. Wow. And then you guys and Rob said, I met the dumbest guy ever.
He did. And that's how he introduced me, and then I realized there was potential. And look at us like, now. And cheers, Rob.
Yeah.
I love you, brother. Thank you for bringing Trey.
Yeah, I love your chicken.
Chicken Joe Clark in the 4 seat, usually in the 5 seat, running the 6s and 7s, the 1s and 2s, all the numbers. In his stead, we have Adam Ertl. Welcome aboard. You got a glass? We raise it.
I mean, you sound like an intern.
Adam Ertl.
Adam Ertl. Ertl! Coffee.
God damn it, Ertl!
Ertl! Yeah, you got PA in your system.
Ask Ertl if I've got room on my couch.
Yeah. Someone get Ertl in here. Get him in here now.
We're drinking Rebecca Creek whiskey. We had a bottle dropped off. Good, fine folks at a Texas distillery.
Yeah.
They have been very good to us over the years. We're drinking some of this right now. We got good whiskey fans and friends. What are you doing on air? You about to take a picture? Trey's about to do something.
I wish people sent me whiskey. I made that little post or whatever on my page about coffee when I was discovering coffee.
Uh-huh.
I've had people all over the country send me coffee. I never had to buy coffee again.
Give me some
Mary
coffee.
Whitaker sent me a shit ton of coffee. I got
You know how
people
much I like coffee, right?
say,
I'll take
dude,
some.
I'm going to get into it. I got to buy a coffee grinder to use
You know how
half
you're
of it.
drinking all this whiskey I brought back from Colorado? I'm
I'm
just saying.
Oh, yeah. He's big
We can do
coffee
some
fan.
swab out. Yeah.
I'm just saying. I brought back a case of whiskey. I can't get a bag of coffee out this thing? All right,
Yeah.
that's-
No, get Slade some
Oh,
coffee.
bro. My coffee is your coffee.
Sounds like y'all share black women. My coffee's your good.
Don't need one, but use no creamer.
No, I was texting somebody. I've been drinking brown.
Oh, so they know to put their helmet on so you don't smack them when you get home?
Jungle
Brown
fuck.
liquor affect you differently than
Sexually.
clear liquor? Oh, okay.
100%.
Nice.
If I'm drinking brown.
I've never tested that
Brutal
theory.
sex is going
Wait,
I
hold
didn't
please.
even know.
You've never tested this theory?
No, I just don't.
I bet your
I've never drank a lot
wife
of clear
knows the
liquor.
difference.
I don't really drink.
But if y'all had a night where like y'all went out and drank vodka, or y'all had a night where you drank gin, or you had no.
I drink whiskey.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What about when you
I
can't get it? Like you're at a baby shower.
I don't drink.
Oh.
So I just that's what I like to drink. Whiskey.
If it's not there, I'm not gonna drink it.
You know what? I went through
If someone offered you if someone offers you a spritzer, you would say no.
I went through like 7 or 8 months where I was drinking that Espolon tequila, the clear, the Blanco, or whatever.
He's fucked.
But I don't know if it made me fuck different.
That's what all I'm saying
That's
is.
what we saying,
All I'm saying is your wife knows.
Oh, probably.
You should ask her
She
if
probably
you
knows all kinds of things.
You should ask her if you're different on clear. Text her right now before the episode's over and just ask if you're different on clear liquor than brown liquor.
Oh, y'all on good terms. Because this will be the worst shit if you're in the doghouse and you're like,
you're gonna get back-
16 years. Where I was talking to somebody this the other day. It was young Goodwill Loading. You know, he was going through his
recent
heartbreak
breakup,
and
of
stuff.
course.
this motherfucker keep getting broken
But
up.
we were talking.
That dick is trash.
But we were talking about sex and stuff like
What
that.
if it turns out he's just been drinking whiskey?
What
What if it turns out all that's wrong with
it's
Goodwill
beer.
Loading?
He's been drinking beer.
Goodwill
yeah.
Loading just
Beer
needs
makes a
bottle
sloppy,
of-
slow fuck.
It is a
I
bottle
haven't
of
heard-
clear
Yeah,
rum.
But he went to the riot the other day, and they were doing like some sex show
We
or
should
some
preface
shit
that by
at the
saying
riot.
that's a comedy club here in
Normally,
Houston.
yeah. Well, he went to Rudyard's, and they were doing some sex show with old people, where they were talking about. It was all these like octogenarians talking about BDSM and all this stuff, and he's like, I don't need all that to come. And I was like, bro, you haven't been with somebody 16 years. You find other ways to entertain yourself. You know what I mean?
I don't want to hear about this.
Somebody a long time.
I don't want to hear about
Somebody
this.
a long time.
Like, look, I will be honest with this, and Rachel will back me up, but probably not on camera. But we've had a great relationship for 16 years. We have a lot of fun sex. Everybody's like, well, why don't you screw? Because I'm not into it.
That's my lady.
I like
Yeah,
this
I like
one.
her.
This one,
That's
and
right.
this one knows every fucking thing I like. Every little things I'm afraid to tell anybody. You know what I mean? After 16 years, you find out the secret. She knows every dirty little trigger.
She knows how far that chair leg will go.
Yeah, she knows anything she can say that'll send me off the deep. You know what I mean? Like, you learn that about each other. And he's like, yeah, but you don't need to tie each other up. I'm like, the fuck you don't? How do you learn shit?
No, that's true. That's right. No.
That's
You've been
about
somebody for a
trust and
while.
bond. You learn what each other likes, and you learn what each other don't like.
Yeah.
Do you write
You know
it
what
down?
I mean? No, but I got a steady,
follow
I got a steady list of what she don't like.
Yeah.
You ever made the same mistake
I
twice?
got a list of what she don't like, never bring up again, and a list of what she didn't like that time, but she might like it next time.
So that's the question. How do you determine what column?
Usually the second time I bring it up. Usually the response is clear enough in that moment. Like, all right, well, add that to the
So
no
everything gets a second pass.
list. Yeah, I mean, I'm a salesman. Yeah, I'm a salesman.
I don't get you the first
I'm
time.
gonna float it more
That
than
is
once. You know
fucking
what I mean?
hilarious.
Sometimes you just come at shit with the wrong marketing idea. You know what I mean? Like sometimes you're like, oh, I just needed better marketing. You know?
Yeah. No, 100%.
But yeah.
But you don't know the liquor yet.
No,
All right. Did you text her?
we'll see. Yeah,
All right, let's find out what she says.
I like tequila.
Uh-huh.
But
So you act completely so is it clear brown or is it tequila whiskey?
oh shit, wait.
What-
okay, so if I'm
do
doing
gin and rum do to you what tequila
what is
does?
Hennessy?
Hennessy's brown.
I'll never
Brown.
fucking
It's
I
a
know it's
cognac.
brown, but I'm saying cognac.
Yes.
So like
So it's on the whiskey
I'll
side.
never do that again. Jesus Lord. I can't do no more motherfucking Hennessy.
What happened
I was like almost getting into fights.
with
People. I don't know what else, but like, you know what I mean? Like other adults.
the girl you were
myself.
dating or the person working?
No,
at
like
Whataburger
men,
drive-thru?
like other men. Like it was. I was problematic as fuck on this Hennessy.
What kind of liquor is Hennessy?
It's cognac.
Cognac. That's what we were
Okay.
saying.
Which,
And
which,
it's a
which is
and-
a it's a
It's
sweeter.
like almost like brandy. Like
yes,
dark.
it's
yeah,
in the same
and
Armagnac, cognac,
it's,
brandy.
It's bougie Parmesan, I guess.
Okay.
But no, it's a little fancier than that. But like, yeah, I had to stay off of that. Like it was bad. You know, once you start drinking for a while, you stop watering shit down. You can drink straight after what you're like. No, give me the effects. And man, that I can't like I can't do that. So, but tequila I like mainly when you ask about brown or whatever, I've usually it's only whiskey. Like I haven't really tried any other. I was doing
You
just
tried
rum
rum?
on ice. I've done rum on ice.
Rum makes me sleepy.
That's okay.
I get
so
real
just
chill and
relaxes
just
me.
melt into the chair at some
Yeah,
point.
just
I'm done.
chill. Can't fuck on it.
But gin made me fighty.
All right, so hang on,
Gin
let's-
made me.
So let's
Gin-
run through.
Gin had me in a parking lot of a motel with my shirt off.
So let's
starting
let's
shit.
go
You
through.
know what I mean?
Let's
That's
go
the
through.
end
So
of me.
Gin with you. You're in the parking lot,
Ready to
shirtless.
fight.
What about you and Jen?
I want to fight my dad.
You want to fight
It's,
your
it's
dad on Jen.
specifically a male figure, like a role model.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I just
you
wanted to
gotta
fight
punch up.
everybody
I
and blame
got
it.
literally like, why did you teach me how to ride a bike?
What happened? What about you on Jen? We're gonna go through all the. I'm gonna
Okay.
go through all the liquors here.
Oh, I can't drink. I got 3 drinks, and I just want to fight everybody around me. It doesn't
yeah,
matter what drink
you're
it
hardly
is.
a drinker. You don't.
Doesn't
drink
matter
much.
what drink it is.
He's like, I had 3 Mike's Hard lemonades and I punched a cop.
Yo,
You turned into a
people get on my
sorority
nerves.
girl.
I had a Red Bull slushie from Sonic. I wanted to fight fast.
Jen,
I have no time
I
for
had
bullshit.
3 White Claws,
What you
snatched the
gonna
guy
do?
right out the drive-through
I don't-
window.
Which
Chicken looked at me like I knew some shit he did. Did you see that?
you were there that night.
Hey, bitch, you snitching? We're on camera.
what are you on, Jen?
So one, I hate the taste of gin. It tastes like Christmas trees and like I'm eating the bushes outside of somebody's house. I don't like it.
Yeah, that
2,
makes sense.
I've seen too many of my friends.
Stick a bush liquor.
Yes, yes.
Sam gets fighty on Jim.
That's the I was gonna say I've seen enough people bad on gin that I won't fuck with gin. But yeah, Sam.
Jen is your crack. Jen is your crack.
Yeah,
I've seen enough
I've seen
people.
what it's done to the neighborhood. I refuse.
Sam's always fighty, and there's just some
I won't go
liquors that
down
turn
that
it
road.
down.
That turn it down. That's
Yeah,
so funny.
no, gin makes him want to punch me. It's
Yeah.
not a good. So, gin I don't mess with. Tequila, boy, either way, it just. I don't think I'm good or bad. I think I am environmental on tequila.
What does
I
that
have,
mean?
I mean,
just whatever your environment.
I have had tequila that is
okay,
I've had
okay.
tequila that has turned me into a projectile vomiting fight machine.
Okay.
And I've had tequila that makes me want to sing and dance on the beach.
Yeah, I just
Damn,
get real
okay,
silly.
okay.
Tequila makes me silly. I want to dance and holler and hoot and holler and all that good shit down in the holler.
That's fair.
Yeah, that's my shit. I love tequila.
And it
more
makes
than
you. What kind
any-
of drunk do you become?
the happiest delight? He knows.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I think the only time I've ever seen
It's
you drunk,
good.
you were tequila.
It's
drunk, and
tequila.
You were having a good fucking
And I'm
time.
always having. I'm in.
Was this on the roof at the secret group?
No, it was
Several
after a Tutson interruption.
Yeah.
One of the, I think the only one I was on or
Yeah,
something.
and I'm doing tequila the whole time. I'm on that show, but like,
Yeah. But he was just so happy and bubbly. And
I that's my thing.
What do you think?
And I don't
that-
want to
so
do anything else.
What do you think? What do you think makes that the case? Right? The
It's
alcohol-
Mexican.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you telling? It's in the motherfucking way it come from. You know what I mean?
it is bred to party.
Russian vodka. What that do? It make you want to take over the world, motherfucker. You turning the pinky in the brain.
I want to
Makes
sit
you want to
this world and
sad
be
and
sad.
count the shit in your refrigerator. How many potatoes do I have left?
If you met a Russian, that's a fucking vibe.
It makes you want to hang nothing on the wall.
Take all the paint.
Very yes.
Exactly.
That shows emotion.
Whiskey just it steals me. You know what I mean?
Oh, like-
I just get a little.
Like
I
a
get
pilgrim.
a little more. No, just like my. You always tell me about the resting boss face or whatever.
Yeah. Oh,
It just gets more so. I just get more. Keep an eye on everybody.
Whiskey steals
you know.
me too, but in the '80s use of the steel, like it walked up behind me and punched me without me looking.
stole off on.
No, that whiskey stole your ass. Yeah.
It takes a lot of whiskey to do that. There is a level I've noticed. 'Cause I drink at the house a lot, and I'll be sitting on that porch having drinks. If Rachel's having wine, which is a much lighter drink, if I try to keep up with her,
Well, bro, if you're drinking a wine glass full of whiskey,
yeah, and I'll be all of a sudden I'll be like 5 drinks in, and I'll go to get us a refill and realize I can't find the door. You know what I mean? But whiskey gives me that drunk where I don't want to be drunk, and I don't want anybody else to know I'm drunk. So I'm trying. You know, if you've ever been drunk, you're just trying real hard not to be drunk.
Yeah.
Like Bill Cosby used to talk about it. Like wine drunks are often that way, and that's what whiskey
Winos.
does to me. I get drunk on whiskey, and I'm like, all of a sudden I'm like, no,
So-
everything's good, man. Sorry about it. I didn't mean to bump all that, knock all that shit
drink
down.
that does that wobbles me. It's the Eddie Griffin, which is tequila and champagne.
Oh my god!
Right?
Well, yeah.
And I was doing this. I was doing
That's fucking
3
high
or 4 of
ethanol
these
right there, buddy.
3 or 4 of these on, which I knew this was like maybe something was up, because every time I ordered it, no matter where I was at, they would go, "Hey man, you going through something?" Like whoever was making the drink would say
Yeah,
that
but
every time.
You could run a John Deere
Hey,
tractor on that.
hey man, you going through something? And I'm like, nah, man, like it's a drink that Eddie Griffin drink. Like it's I relate it to comedy. It's a comedy drink, like. And I'm like,
I heard this the other day.
There is
Marlon
something funny
Brando
about
used
it.
to drink Campari and orange juice.
okay,
I don't know. I don't never even had
But
Campari.
Campari's terrible.
that shit,
Okay.
that
Oh, I
Eddie
was thinking
Griffin,
of Grand Marnier.
wobbly. Like I've broken tables.
It's the combination
like
of
falling, like
yeah.
I'm tipsy. I'm like literally like clumsy.
You know, that adds up.
Clumsy
I mean,
drunk.
that's a lot of
So
stuff
I
happening.
had to
in one
stop
cup.
doing it because I didn't. I'm like my equilibrium is fucking off.
drug
Like,
interaction.
Yeah, I'm like a drunk out here for real. So you just go back to tequila.
Beer does that to me.
Beer does that to
If it's you have a couple beers and it makes me feel like I'm not in control and I don't like that.
Oh,
shit.
there's no
You know what
really.
I mean?
I don't think I've ever.
Do you drink beer?
I was gonna say I don't think I've ever been drunk off beer. I'm sure when I was a kid, but I get the fucking hiccups and full. Like I
And
literally
full, like bloated feeling.
Yeah, like
and,
I'll drink 4 beers. I won't have even a piece of a buzz.
Hillbilly
and then
ham.
I'm just like
You turn into hillbilly ham.
put some straw
You
in my
start
mouth.
saying Beaumont shit. Y'all want to go to Waffle House?
no.
Let's go to Waffle House. I got private bathroom in Waffle House.
Jerry
You gotta
Wayne,
go get gas over yonder.
You will not sully my hometown
Okay,
in such
okay.
a manner. Do you want to go mudding on the way to Waffle
Oh.
House? Motherfucker, there's a field right
There's
there
a
by
field
the
right
Waffle
there.
House. You don't do that anyway.
Y'all want to build a tree house? Come on.
Hey, now,
What is
I got a boat there. Let's build a tree house. Shoot kids breaking car windows.
you literally are reading my life story.
Yeah. What does Guinness do to you then? Because
Guinness-
I had
So
Guinness with
is
you.
what Guinness is what I used to drink. I remember at my club,
Never had one.
GW Bowles.
What?
You remember GW Bowles? A
Yeah, I
local
this jackass. Yes, I remember.
I
Is
bet
he
you
also Jerry Wayne?
Like, oh, he fucking thought he was.
they had a brief fight over one joke. I think.
No, it wasn't even that. Motherfucker went and told everybody he was the bouncer at Slade's Club when I'm featuring at Slade's Club.
Oh, okay.
Several times a year.
Yes,
And
quite-
then when
quite
he started
regular.
doing comedy, he told everybody, I stole my act from you.
Wow.
yeah.
What was the joke? Tater salad?
It was.
There was no joke.
There was
It
not.
don't matter. You're a fucking door guy.
Motherfucker,
So
The joke was, I'm a trucker. On ice roads.
Why did I bring that up? I had a reason. It doesn't matter. The
Guinness.
Oh, so he at my old comedy club. The only reason I remember this, he wanted to go. He wanted to have a drink off with me, and when I was drinking, you could. There was
a bad
nobody.
idea.
Yeah, there was. I saw.
You
Clint-
drink with Sam. You and Sam drink together all the time. Nobody should be trying to
It
drink
was
off y'all.
Sam and I
how you
drank
get
those
liver
two
damage.
Marines groups under the. We
Yeah.
could dance. So
Gotcha.
GW wanted to go drink for drink with me, and we agreed on Guinness, and we sat at my club on the back patio, and I remember tipping over the 23rd Guinness, the bottle, dink, just tipped it over. GW had left 2 hours earlier. It wasn't even in a cab.
Slade was just in a contest with himself at that point.
Literally, he bailed at 8 Guinness, and I was just like, well, bitch, I started doing this to see how many I could do, and everybody had left. It was my club. So I think I was
damn.
just sitting there drinking Guinness.
You know what I do every year on my birthday though? It's my favorite. I do it like once a year on my birthday. Is a Boilermaker.
Oh, no.
What's
I-
that?
I
Where
like
you
that,
drop
guys?
the whiskey
Well, it's
in
a
the beer.
beer, and then you drop a shot of whiskey into it, and then you drink it real fast.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah,
I think I've had
there's
that
Irish
before.
car bomb. There's a
Yeah,
bunch of different
Car-
The
versions
car
of
bomb's
it.
the version that. they're
But
all-
I usually do Lone Star and Jack Daniels.
Yeah.
You know, 'cause that's-
Okay. Yeah,
That's
this
a-
brown
but
is.
that's like on my
is-
birthday.
Well-
I'll do one or two of them, and
It's a different beer though. Get it. The
Bro.
reason I do the Guinness, it's nitrous. Like it's not CO2, so it doesn't have the same bubbly. It's a smoother deal, and I could chug car bombs. But Boilermakers, same problem. It's just man, why all these bubbles got to be with it?
Yeah.
yeah.
I feel like I'm trying to drink.
No. This brown is like it. I can't. I like it's something.
Well, we'll keep you on it. Pass it over here. I'll drink it
Well,
for
I
you. I don't
can't
want you fighting
because-
anybody.
No. I'm not. No. Just Hennessy. This just makes me horny and arrogant. Like I'm so egotistical
What
on
the
this
fuck else
shit.
you wanna be?
Like
Next time you go record an album, you take that breath.
but it's like
I am
nah.
blissful, motherfucker.
No, I just I'm ashamed of that side. Like I don't like to hear myself kind of.
I got
I feel so ashamed and I feel awful the next day that I even if people are on my side. Like I will say, all of my black friends in comedy are just period. They love it. They're like, get them some fucking whiskey because they like to hear me kind of speak confidently and stuff. Because I'm not like that. I'm mostly insecure and like kind of in my shell and shit like that. Right. But when they get to hear you kind of like go into like Kanye mode, they just sit back and be like, this is the best shit ever. Like, please. You know, when you hear black dudes yell like, talk your shit, king. It feels great. But then the next day, you know, you ruined 2 relationships.
Yeah. Or
I didn't really want to be y'all's entertainment last night.
Like, I hate that was the thing that
I
brought
wanted
it
to be
out.
entertainment for the paying customers.
Yeah. So it makes me feel bad, but you know, cheers.
I raise a drink in a
exactly.
glass to my friends and our drinking. And Chicken, it's good to have you on board. Jerry not drinking this week, but you got your Star Wars glass full of what I'm assuming is Coffee. Wow, strong.
I did just
So proud
like
of
it.
you. Bring me coffee.
Bring me
It's that
coffee.
stuff I've been getting. It's that stuff I'm in love with. That Ethiopia, that yoga chef, whatever.
Yoga chef.
That's
Yeah.
good shit.
You
I like
went.
it.
You mentioned this off air. I want to ask you about it because I'm going to see it soon. You
the
went,
movie,
You went
yeah.
and watched Elemental with the children.
My youngest turned 11.
Okay.
Because I'm on the
I
bubble
got
right
no
now.
more babies left.
I'm looking at.
My
I'm looking
youngest
at.
turned 11.
You have any
and
more?
we no, I'm clipped.
Oh, okay.
And we took
So 99.9% now.
yeah. We took him to see.
Before you get to Elemental, what would you do if the .01 hit?
Well, we.
I mean, obviously-
me and my wife have discussed this.
Oh,
and
you ha-
we have a very strong relationship, and neither one of us.
Right. Okay. But so okay. So
She had. not to get
Yeah, you don't have to get into that right now. But
problematic pregnancy, so
Totally fair.
Dangerous.
But
So,
you guys did discuss the .01 vasectomy off
and
chance.
that's going to require a trip out of state.
Yeah, midnight
No.
train to Kansas.
Well,
Yeah.
If it ever happens, I
have no opinion on what.
guys.
I have
I
no
paid for
opinion on
13
what
of these
other people
motherfuckers
think
last
about that and what that
Yeah,
means
irrelevant.
to them. But
Trey's already set up the Underground Railroad.
They
He's
know
got
me. You can literally use me as a reference, and you might get a discount.
Y'all know Trey Tucker?
You
Man.
got to hide in his trunk and use his ID to get through the gates.
Well, it worked at the airport. They thought I was you.
You guys gonna have to act like you're picking up the laundry or something.
Yeah, I just couldn't do that.
Yeah.
I'm 46. I cannot.
You can't raise another kid? Yeah, I got you.
I got two that already still need a lot of of me.
So you went to see Elemental with the youngest or the whole fam?
We took the whole family and we went to see Elemental, and it was his choice. He wanted to go see it. It was absolutely amazing, man.
So
I don't know if he's saying elemental or he's mocking a black girl saying the alphabet. Elemental NOP.
We went to see Elemental P.
Elemental P.
Elemental.
Yeah, it's a cool show,
Elemental
man.
P is a totally different movie.
Oh, that's totally different.
it's-
That's the plus in LGBTQ.
You really got to be into it.
You gotta really watch it.
Snoop produced it.
Yeah, elemental hell.
Him and Martha.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's wild, dude. Obviously-
Pixar?
Yeah, and it's
Is
about
this the same people who did Inside Out?
yes,
Okay.
it's about the elements, right? But they're all people. So
The
there's
elements-
Earth.
Oh, I thought you meant like hydrogen, oxygen,
No. Like your
Oh, like
Earth,
Fifth
fire,
Element
air,
shit.
water.
and love.
Okay.
That's the fifth element.
Okay. Well, it doesn't. That one's not fucking.
Yeah,
there.
that should not be it.
Hey, there's no
I haven't seen the movie
That's
yet.
definitely
Yeah.
part of it.
So it's like cool. Like all the air people are like clouds, and they play this weird basketball game up in the sky, and it's there's a whole city where all these different
my
elements
God.
live, but these
Black people are
the fire elements are from Fireland, right? And they're immigrants, and they moved to
So we
this
got Mexicans,
city.
black people. What are the white people? Earth or water?
I'm pretty sure they're water, if I had to guess, and only because of what
motherfuckers.
there's one. scene-
Y'all 90% of this bitch? Or whatever it is.
Well, y'all won't get in it.
Well,
so listen.
okay.
I gotta give them that.
Who's it gonna be?
There's this complaint at one point. where
Should have been the Mexicans.
Should have been Mexican.
There's a
100%.
complaint at one point where one of the
that's
fire
funny.
people goes, "This whole city is designed for water people." You know what I mean?
They
And then there's
slipped it
another
in.
scene, like the
That's
little,
really good.
the
That's
little
really good.
fire girl and a water boy fall in love,
And it's a problem.
and she's at. Yeah, well, it's a problem with her dad for fucking sure. He hates waters.
Gary, white people.
He hates waters.
White people.
No, it's always those waters. He says it a lot.
Is he wearing a kufi?
No, but it's a very decorative blouse.
Right?
I kept thinking Middle Eastern, maybe. You know what I mean?
Okay, brown.
But because of some of their other accoutrement and whatnot.
Okay.
But
But definitely Muslim.
they go to this. Oh yeah, they do this bowing thing. Okay, so they
what
go.
was the Ramadan? What was that?
She's at dinner with the Water family, and the uncle, the troublesome uncle, goes, "You are so well spoken," and you heard. Now, this is the theater at the Improv.
Oh yes.
Oh, okay, I know, yeah.
It's a diverse group of people,
Marquee, yeah.
and you heard the whole crowd, all the adults go. like it was that quiet. You're so well spoken. Like there was almost a, but
That's so
like it didn't even get to there.
God damn.
I was like, whoa, they are touching on some shit here.
Nice.
I do not like being in water. I need to get my wet ass out this fucking theater.
God, that's fucking great.
Honestly, it's one of the most powerful animated flicks I've ever seen. A lot of not just that, but a lot of issues about relationships and people being from different cultures and stuff. And it
Little
was
Romeo and
just-
Juliet.
Yeah,
little
there's a
Jesus
little
coming to dinner.
star-crossed lovers,
Yeah.
but well written, beautiful. And then we got to I was like, it was wild because it's been so long since I've been in theater and heard children and adults laughing at punchlines.
Would have been Shrek.
Like the whole crowd. Yeah, it had to
the
be.
last time.
They're just roaring at the punchlines and stuff. And the adults are roaring. And like I said, that moment, there's all the adults were like, ooh, no, shouldn't have said that. You know what I mean? Like it was very, and then there's, of course, there's a scene at the end where it's very heartbreaking and it's just.
No spoilers.
And you heard sniffles and like even the
It's
kid.
a ride.
And then when it ends,
Did they big
fucking
hero sit
2
you?
minute applause break when it ends.
What? Like a plane landed in Connecticut?
Like I was jealous. You know what I mean? Like,
oh,
I wish
God.
my show ended like that. You know?
Damn.
Like, I was like, I need to bring every open micer to see this. This is how a comedy show should go.
Wow.
And when we stay for the credits just in case there's a hidden scene, and there's not. Don't stay. But at the end of the credits, it shows up. It says this was the closing film shown at 2023 Cannes.
Wow.
I was like, oh shit! An animated film was the closing film at one of the
Okay.
biggest film festivals in the world. I see why y'all picked it up. You know what I mean?
That's impressive. So, all right, I'll go see this.
This is really cool.
I remember watching. Because I'll go with the nieces if they want to go see a kids movie. So I'm not just like random dude sitting by himself in a Pixar film. That's creepy. So I'll go with the nieces. We saw. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
with that hat.
That aren't mine.
There was a couple of y'all there, so there was.
Like, he
And I
finna-
just-
he
And they
finna
came
blow
with
this
each
bitch
other,
up.
which was weirder.
We don't want to be. I don't want to be those dudes.
You don't wanna be those guys.
Y'all
I
should've
got
got
you.
some
They
kids.
came with each other.
How many
They liked
kids
the
you're allowed
film.
to
They
get?
came back happy. They came with each other. The point is
Yeah.
that I have
They came on each
no
other.
desire. So I'll go see it that way. I went and saw Inside Out that way.
With your nieces or by
With the
yourself?
nieces.
That one tackles some deep shit.
That was-
That'll have you looking at your.
Parents,
My kid kept referring to me as the hothead guy, and it made me rethink some shit
You
about
tell
the
him,
way
hey,
I
Lewis
acted
Black's a
from-
goddamn comic.
Yeah. No, you're right.
But it made me like.
Yeah.
He just was innocently referring to me as
Yeah.
that,
Yeah.
and I was
Yeah.
like, I don't fucking like that. That's the way you see
So
me.
no, sir,
you know
boy.
what I mean?
Wow. I'm a
that
water.
guy-
That's a good
that-
response.
It was very much that guy's talking too much.
Yeah. It's a good response. My dad would have been like, "Fuck you, bro." I ain't like that. I ain't him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The water stuff. It was just like, okay, shit. Y'all are painting a picture here.
All right, I'm gonna watch this.
It's wild, man.
It's see, so I gotta work on this. I guess my sister's trying to trust me more because she's having a second kid. So I'm like not allowed because apparently I don't do shit that's like I don't take my niece to go do kid shit.
Right.
I get right. Like I took her to see Jackass forever. Right.
How old?
She was 5 at the time.
Okay.
They were highly upset.
Yeah.
The opening scene is a dick joke.
Yeah.
I don't know if you might
Yeah.
have seen Flip. So,
But she probably didn't
but
get
she doesn't get it. She
Right.
don't know what a dick is.
Right.
And if I told her, I'd have
Or a
been like,
joke.
Now you're bad.
I'm like, that's
now you're a bad uncle.
no, but I'm like, she's like, what's that, Uncle Trey? Some shit you need to avoid. That's it. That's all. I mean, I ain't gonna say it's a dick. I'm gonna say
It's a
it.
learning curve.
Yeah, it's like you don't know about that yet. But this is a funny bit. So
You don't know nothing about dick or jokes.
yeah, exactly. So, but she likes shit like her favorite show is the Eric Andre show. She like that. Like she likes prank-ish
Yeah.
type shit. So, but everybody's very like we don't know about whatever. So I try to take her to see, like I took her to see Beau is Afraid, which is an Ari Aster movie. A24 produced me, whatever.
That thing looks fucking terrifying.
It's fucking amazing.
I heard
right?
it's amazing.
Amazing. Like it's an
Chase told
epic
me it's incredible.
3-hour movie. Release didn't fall asleep.
What's it about?
It's about a motherfucker with
Some serious mommy
with
issues.
serial mommy / mental health issues.
Sounds healthy for
Wha-
a 5-year-old.
Well, you know,
Well, the director guy's like done a bunch of horror.
Ari
films
Aster,
and
he
stuff.
does, and it's just it's a big long. But I try to get her to watch more highbrow shit versus just, and she can ask me questions. What's that? Why is that happening? I'm like,
Right.
because it is, but and I'm explaining shit like that. But they're feeling like it's not appropriate or whatever, right? And I had her all day today. Had a magical moment. Went to the pool and
Gun range.
Let her walk.
Yeah, some 5-year-old shit.
Shot some dice. You know what I mean? no. But
Religious
Maybe.
debate. You know what I mean?
this was the cool moment about her range in being around me, her range and shit. This is the coolest moment I didn't even know. I'm driving her to go be back up with her mom. And I'm like, what do you want to listen to? What music? What do you want to hear? And she's like, Uncle Trey, I want to hear Let's Go Crazy. And I don't know what.
Okay, I'm back in.
So I'm like, I don't know what's up. I don't know what that means. The only Let's Go Crazy I know is a song that's like 43 years old.
Right.
So I'm like, all right, let's see. I'm like, this all I know. So I put it on and it's like whatever. And then like when I put it on, I hear a tiny voice in the backseat go, "Dearly beloved," and I was like, "What the fuck?" I was like, and she starts doing the whole speech.
We are gathered here today.
She
to
starts
do this
doing
thing
the
called
whole
life.
and you know,
Electric word life. It means forever, and that's a mighty long time.
So dog, I'm driving and I'm like, "There's no way." And I look back, she's still doing it.
Something else,
Dog,
The afterlife.
mind blown.
World, a world of never-ending happiness. A place where you can always see the sun,
That's
day or night.
Whole now.
So
I
when
don't
you
know
call
this
up
whole
that shrink
shit.
in Beverly Hills, you know the one. Doctor, everything's gonna be all right.
He know y'all know it.
Instead of asking him how much of your time you got left, ask him how much of your
mind.
Nail
Because
it.
in this life,
Doing the whole shit, right?
That's cool.
And then the song starts. She knows every single fucking word, verse, chorus, everything. She's acting out the guitar solo at the end. I'm like, what the fuck? And she was like, yeah, Uncle Trey, you know, that's the song. You played it, blah, blah. And it was in Sing too. So it like stuck. And that's when I called my sister and I was like, you can't let her not hang with me. It's
She's
just like
listening to
that.
Prince, for
She
fuck's
knows
sake.
Prince, bro. Like, this is crazy. Like,
all that other stuff gets beat down by the artistry and majesty of
Exactly.
Prince. So you're good. You can put anything in that bucket if Prince goes on top.
exactly. I'm like, how the fuck? She's like,
He's
yeah.
gonna send her home singing "Pussy Control."
I'm like, you need that for that first scene in Jackass.
You could go platinum 4 times, still couldn't make what I make in a week. Bitch, you are 5.
Yeah. Dog. Yeah, man. Like, so, but that's why she likes hanging with me because she's like, she ended up telling me that. I was like, why you like being around me? She was like, I just like learn something new. I like we look at different stuff. It's different from when I'm at home.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's what I'm your uncle. It's never gonna be a problem. I'm here to bail you out of shit and just like kind of. I'm not
That's
here
how
to. You ain't gonna ever hear me yell. You ain't gonna never hear nothing.
I'm not here to discipline you.
I'm Uncle Trey.
Unless somebody
dog.
fucks with you.
Unless somebody fuck with you and some shit like
then
that.
you'll
but
hear
it's
me
like,
yell.
Then you gonna hear me
but
yell.
you ain't gonna hear me yell at you.
No.
Like it's like I mean, hell no, man. Like, but
Unless
that was
I really hurt my knuckles.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if I.
but
really
that
had
was
to get down.
that was the coolest because that was
That
the
is
thing
very cool.
me and my dad bonded on. He was like, "This is my favorite movie, man. I want you to see this." I had the album, I had blah blah blah, and I'm like, "I don't know what the fuck it is." And we sat and watched Purple Rain.
Purple Rain.
We sat and watched Purple
That's
Rain.
still
I
one
never
of my
get.
favorites.
It's still, but I told you, I watched that on Airplane the other day. He is smacking those people around. He is a woman smacking in his little ascot. It's so hilarious. I was laughing out loud on that United flight so hard because I hadn't seen that movie in
Yeah.
whatever. That's not Lake Minnetonka. Bro, that is such a good film.
But there's this, I don't know when, but this is the only part I remember that was very like strange. I didn't know what to do as a kid. My dad goes, "All right, son, this is a very nasty song."
Darling Nick.
Yeah.
Right? And he gets up and I'm like, am I supposed to leave? Like, what do I do? And I just sat there. He was like, and he just comes back. He was like, "That song was nasty, huh?"
He didn't want to watch you respond to it.
I didn't know what that means. He was like,
I ain't
"That
gonna
song
make him
was
not
nasty, huh?"
watch it,
And
but
just
I ain't
sat
gonna watch him
down,
respond
And
to it.
I didn't know I was supposed to leave or what.
That's
But
one of the sexiest songs.
but he like, but that was like a first time I remember him being like, so her doing that fucking like,
Bro, that's
that
got to be the
tripped
best
me.
feeling.
That was the best moment.
Let you know how much they're paying attention.
Yeah,
That's where you first learned that Prince really loved white ladies' music.
It also taught me like how timeless an artist. Because I was
Yeah.
like, bro, this shit
Every
came
song
out
holds up.
This is 43 years old.
That whole album
and she's
will
fucking.
always-
God,
It's the best movie soundtrack. I just did a whole breakdown on this. This is
Oh,
the
yeah?
best
Yeah.
movie soundtrack, hands down.
Well,
Period.
there's not a bad song on the album. It's
can't
it's a
argue
killer
it.
from
There's
start
a-
to finish.
Damn, you remember when movies had soundtracks?
Yes.
Fuck,
Yes.
dog.
Footloose, Top Gun,
Yeah.
Bad Boys 2
Bad Boys.
was huge because did he produce the whole fucking.
When the Judgment Night soundtrack came out,
Okay.
was the first time, and I could argue, I'd have to go back and check what year Spawn came out and what year Judgment Night came out.
Okay.
But it was the first time, this is before Korn, before Limp Bizkit. This was rap and rock together. They put those bands together, and that was the first time I remember hearing that. And I don't even know if it was good. It was just
Saliva
the
wasn't
first
on
time
there?
you heard it.
no, this is way before all that. They had done, who was on that track? There was Ice Cube was on there. Who were the bands? Like Biohazard, like some crazy, some metal bands, and some like.
My dad was telling me like sometimes people would go see the movie because of who was on the soundtrack.
You know what was in my top 5?
Absolutely.
Not only was Purple Rain in there, the Friday soundtrack.
The Friday soundtrack
Hands
was jamming.
down was such a, and this was all, again, I gravitate to mid-90s soundtracks
of course,
because of when I was working at Best Buy and stealing
Even
albums.
those movies that used like older soundtrack, the older music to set it. Like Forrest Gump has a killer fucking soundtrack.
Absolutely.
The Big Chill has a killer
Ain't that the thing
soundtrack.
with the Guardians of the
I was about to
It's all
say that
soul
was the
music.
Guardians of the Galaxy was the first time a soundtrack made sense to me in about 20 years.
Yeah.
It was the first time in the 2000s, I think. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
the soundtrack.
Reservoir Dogs. Because it's
So
got some cool,
anything
like,
Tarantino does.
Well, it's
Kill
everything that
Bill,
was playing on that radio station, you know.
Yeah. But the Kill Bill, there were some
Yeah.
good soundtracks. Even Pulp Fiction is a great
Yeah.
soundtrack. Like
Yeah.
he knows how to curate music. But
But the cheat code is that, in my opinion, is that it's these timepieces that he's putting them in, and the thing I think he does that's so fucking perfect. He matches the music with the age of the character.
Yeah.
So it's like this is what they would have grew up listening to, and
Yeah.
it fucking fits
That's what this
perfect
guy
because
would've
it ends up
been
being a
into.
throwback to it nails it.
I saw a movie
that's smart.
called
That's
Into
so
the
smart.
Wild where Eddie Vedder did the whole soundtrack.
So he did
for
the
it,
whole
and
soundtrack
It's
about
fucking amazing.
about
I
McCandless who
love
died
that
in the
soundtrack.
school bus.
Yeah.
That was Eddie Vedder
Skinny
did
guy?
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But at the end,
Well, but he also, do you know the story behind that? There's the book Into the Wild. It's
Yeah.
fantastic. It's about, but he died like a mile from the freeway.
yeah.
Like,
I do know that.
wandered
I know
out
they've
into
removed
Alaska.
that bus because people kept going up
Kept
there
going
and
to it.
dying.
It's so
Wow.
stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a white. We got some hobbies.
Superfly.
Ooh,
is another like that
Shaft.
Curtis Mayfield
Oh,
Shaft. Like,
absolutely.
dog, there's some like, but my dad said the only reason he was like, son, only reason we went to go see the movie Deep Cover is because Ice Cube, Ice-T, and Tupac had a song.
Yes.
It was like them on this super game. And it was like, we went to go see them. And Ice-T and Ice Cube, I believe, are in the movie. But because they were all on that track, they was like, fuck it, we got to go see the movie now.
That's the only place you could get stuff like that was a soundtrack.
Yeah.
Those hybrids. I remember the. What am I thinking of? It'll come to me. There's some of those where I just remember seeing like mashed up.
Okay,
Oh,
yeah, I know
this
what you
singer
mean.
with this band or vice versa,
Yeah.
and they would be events because it's a movie, and it would be the theme song for the
Yeah.
movie, and you'd hear it in the trailer and the.
You remember when music videos would have some of the movie in the
Yes!
movie in the video? Yeah.
Oh, the worst one.
director's
Dancing,
cut.
and then there's a cut scene to somebody like
You know what a
never-ending
really
story.
the
Yeah.
never in the, what the fuck?
so
Okay, you threw me for a super duper loop.
You know what a really
Hang on, let me before you go to that thought. I just want to close the loop on the Never Ending
yeah.
Story. It is the song is the Never Ending Story. It's by the lead singer of a band called Kajagoogoo.
Okay.
And the dude's name is LaMail. It's
Okay.
an anagram. It's a backwards reading of the word Hamill, which I think was his last name.
Okay.
And he did the
Tried to Oprah that shit.
that song.
This is my heart, Bo.
It was so terrible. Anyway, he did that song, and the video is all just stuff from that, and then that '80s dude with the hair.
Yeah.
It's worth 3 minutes of your life.
okay,
just to
okay.
giggle at the '80s. Anyway,
Man, I was thinking about the Labyrinth soundtrack too,
Which
but,
was in my top
David
five.
Bowie. But the one that used to piss me off though is when you would see a movie trailer that had a song on it, and you get all hyped about it, and then you go watch a movie, and that song never fucking plays during the entire movie.
Who did that to you?
Pineapple Express.
Oh, wait,
Remember
whoa,
when that
wait,
it
hold
had
on.
Paper Airplanes by Mia?
Yeah.
Every
Planes,
trailer.
Paper Planes. That's
Yeah.
right. Because that's a high song.
Yeah, dude. And you were like, yeah.
And that shit never came.
And you watch that movie, they don't ever play that fucking song. Not during one scene in that movie. It pissed me off so bad. I was like, you dicks.
I think
I kept waiting for that. Y'all teased me
They were
and you
using it
lied.
in Lord of War or whatever.
I got to
awesome.
giggling though because we were talking about them moving that bus, and I was like, "Are they going to move the Titanic now?" So nobody can go down there.
I'm not laughing at that. I'm not laughing at it. I'm not laughing at
Yeah,
it.
you
They
are.
should move the Titanic. Right, it's
Well, I think it's going to be gone in a couple months.
The Titanic?
What did they say? Like 5 years is going to be completely.
Is it going to rust away?
Yeah. That's
We're
going to
have to send somebody down
it's
to look.
decomposing.
We don't know.
I know.
Well, I'm only because there were so many jokes made by so many people who had previously said it was not okay to joke about so many things.
Okay.
And that's where my problems lie, is that suddenly people dying became trivial. And that's fine by me because I live in a world where we laugh at the darkness. So to me, all death is kind of trivial.
Yeah.
Not just this.
Yeah.
But the minute this is cool and all the other shit isn't, I check the fuck out.
Yeah.
And that's what I happened to see was about 3,000 of my friends who were all too good and all knocking people down for joking about all sorts of shit for the last however long
I
life's
get
been
that.
going on. And then
see
suddenly, what do you call a bunch of billionaires at the bottom of the ocean? A good start. These aren't even good jokes. They're hacky, McNuffin jokes. And when they're coming from people who, anyway.
I get what you're saying there.
But
I do.
But the but is
I
what?
don't know if it's a but. My argument was a little different in that, first of all,
Go ahead.
I think if you've been in a submarine full of homeless people, you'd have laughed. But
No, not at all.
Oh hell yeah, you would have. You'd have told that. You'd have told him to pivot.
he'd have been writing jokes with us.
Pivot.
Mr. Capitalism don't like us laughing at dead billionaires.
One, that's what you get for making a sub out of cardboard.
No.
I'm not going to shed a tear for. I don't like calling everything a fucking tragedy. It wasn't a fucking tragedy. No. It's not a tragedy. It's not. No. If you go somewhere and you reasonably expect not to die that day, and you get killed, fucking tragedy.
All right, that plane they weighed you for.
Yeah.
If we'd gone down.
That's not a tragedy.
Okay. That's fair.
Fuck.
I'm just classifying.
I mean, it's a tragedy for y'all. Y'all didn't expect to die that day.
No,
I was fairly sure we were going to die.
That's fucking hilarious.
I love you. Look, if you die,
Damn, that's funny as fuck.
if you die looking at hippopotamuses tomorrow, I will laugh my balls off.
Yeah.
I will miss you,
That's
and I will
fucking
be
true.
sad, but
That's
I'll be
fucking
like,
true, Jerry.
that's what he died doing what
You
he
guys are
loved.
literally-
He loved looking for hippos.
Literally listing like 6 of the ways I've almost died.
Oh,
This
wow.
is
If you go out against everybody's warnings and you do some dumb shit, I don't want to send the Coast
Also,
Guard
right.
after
Well, I'll
you.
just spend my life sitting in a boring ass safe box.
No, you
No,
don't
no,
have to.
oh,
You don't,
that ain't
that's
got
not what
nothing
I'm
to-
saying. You're drawing extremes. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it's not a tragedy. Yes, sad. Sad. It's sad when anybody dies.
Right.
Unless they're an asshole.
Unexpectedly sad when anybody dies.
Right.
But I heard people comparing it to 9/11 and shit. Like,
the fuck outta
you
here.
think
Fuck
it's
outta
funny?
here.
Laugh this? Did you laugh at 9? No, I didn't, because that was a bunch of people that didn't expect to die that day.
No, but also you got to do the math. You're on the 100 and something floor.
Nigga, you ain't
Okay.
expecting no motherfucking plane to come in that
Well,
bitch.
you should be. We're
But you didn't
assholes
sign-
to most of the
you
world.
didn't
Somebody's
sign up
going to
for
attack
it.
us eventually.
You just
You
played
should
the
always
devil's
keep that in the
advocate.
back
I
of your
got what he's
mind.
doing. Okay.
White devil's advocate
Yeah,
right
white
now.
devil's
Right?
I don't believe
Quincy
anything.
Fair.
Or the waters.
No, but I'm with you on as far as like it is sad like when anybody dies unexpectedly, but also there's just a point where like if you die and something sounds like a setup, it's hard to feel bad for you.
Yeah.
Do you want to see the Titanic? That sounds like a setup. Do you want to go visit a failed mission? No, like, that's
I made a joke. I made a joke.
Totally fair.
I found a picture of an old submersible. I go, hear me out. $100,000. I'm gonna guide this thing with a Nokia 3310. We're gonna go down and look at the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not making fun of people dying.
No.
I'm
but
making fun of the whole concept.
the whole
of how
concept,
stupid
but
the
what
thing
you
was.
did is like, no, it's hard, bro. We barely, if a dude gets shot, like let's say get murdered, but he was doing some stupid shit. We all go, well, that's what your ass get.
Yeah.
We all, and that's on fuck money, fuck everything. If you did some stupid shit and you died, we go, well, that's what your ass get, bro. That's fuck you went down there.
But Stockton Brockton or whatever the fuck his name is, if his name was Jerry Wayne, and he talked like this, nobody had gave him $250,000.
That's facts.
They'd have been like, "Is that submarine regulated?"
Facts.
That would have been the first thing. Did it pass all the lessons?
Facts.
But because he was Brock Stock Dick or whatever the
Yeah,
fuck.
but I get the jokes only come from the fact that these were. It's easy to make
Yes.
fun of rich people when somebody's outside of your tax bracket. it's easy to-
$250,000 away from you.
We removed the human
Yeah,
shit
that's
out
what
of
it
it
costs.
completely.
That's my only point.
$250,000 to go see that shit.
What the
Only thing I
fuck?
was saying I didn't like it's a lot of black comics doing hacky
No shit.
white blah, the whole and I was like, no, this is just crazy rich people shit.
Mm-hmm.
Because if them people would have survived, it'd have been a gang of rich niggas on that day. Rappers would have been flexing. They'd have been like,
Yes.
I went seen the top 10. It'd have been in their lyrics.
Yes.
Like it'd have been in there immediately. It's just
Yes.
they didn't make it, and now you get to attach that to it. But
And I'm
you'd have
just
blew
saying-
200. You'd have blew $250,000.
I'm just saying you got to toss aside. You got to set a little piece of your humanity aside when you do it. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing.
Oh,
I'm not saying-
no, 100%. I see
I'm
exactly what
just
you're saying.
acknowledging the fact that it is you got to go to a certain place and leave certain shit aside to put yourself in a place to make those jokes.
Yeah.
And that's it. It's
But
just an
sometimes
observation.
it's so outrageous, it don't even enter your mind.
Correct.
Like when it's so extreme,
But
you be
this
like,
is my
what
point.
the fuck was
Okay,
you?
but this is kind of my point, right?
Okay.
Is that
But I also wasn't getting on anybody from
no.
know,
But
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
it's
I know
it's it's when something is that far removed from us.
Uh-huh.
It's in play.
Facts.
Right?
Facts.
And I think that's sort of us societally, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
if you look at, and clearly no defense of them, but sort of the argument I made, if you look at like the far right, who's
Okay.
just like anti-trans, anti-gay, anti all this
and
stuff,
all that shit, yeah.
they're literally a submarine and 2 miles of ocean removed from that life.
Facts.
So
Facts.
when they're speaking
Facts.
from that place of taking it so lightly and just being completely aloof and all that
Because
shit,
They don't have anybody in their life they love
or
that's going
they're
through all that.
miles away from that
Exactly.
shit. So that it just comes from
Facts.
the same place.
Facts.
And I'm only saying that in all these all those different pockets of people act like it's only okay in this situation and all these others are wrong. And that's just where I threw a fucking flag. That's it.
But there is a concept to discuss there, and I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but I was thinking about this last night specifically. Like, if you're, let's just say a millionaire, not that all those people were millionaires.
Pick
or
a dollar
whatever,
amount,
But
right.
if you're, it's hard for me to shed a tear. I can only think of 3 ways to become a millionaire that doesn't do it off the backs of other people.
Oh.
I know what you mean.
Artist, entertainer, athlete,
Okay.
lottery.
Okay.
If you inherited it, somebody got used for it.
Yeah.
And so
Possibly,
it's hard for me to get all weepy for a motherfucker like that when they're not around anymore.
But the
I don't sit there
So-
and go,
so hang on.
I
You
don't
don't
go,
think-
oh, that's a good start. I don't think
you
that.
don't think there's
No,
a way
no,
to
no,
run
that's
it?
not-
You don't
no,
think
no.
there's a way to run an ethical, profitable business and make yourself a millionaire?
No, I do
No.
not.
Okay.
Because
I can't think of a way. Anyways.
I can't.
Maybe
what
somebody's
he
figured
said-
out a better
with
way
what
than
you
me.
said. No, but with the 3 that he gave, because even all right. Well, look, even with athletes, right? Like the athletes themselves, they just do their shit and they're able to make that much money. But you think about the people that's running it. Ice Cube's going on a fuck the gatekeepers tour because he started the Big 3, which would be something that's kind of like at this company, but he's got the NBA like blocking him. Like what the NBA is telling the players that's currently in the league, they can't mention the Big 3, and it's the Big 3 is no threat to the NBA because it's off season, it's in the summer. It doesn't run concurrently with the NBA.
It's Japanese baseball.
Yeah, and it's mostly retired pro NBA players. So it's almost like it's like a an after
Senior league.
a senior league almost. Like once you're done with
PGA
it.
Seniors
But
Tour.
they've just like they've done
Celebrity
stuff
bet.
like they've told other networks to like basically like not allow them like all this
fucked
different
up.
gatekeeper shit, like just fucked up shit. So it's like it's all this weird corruption that's in it, and you go like, damn, you would think that you would think that it would just be more about adding more to make the game, just the game itself, basketball, more global and this X, Y, and Z. But it's the same sort of shit. So it's like in entertainment, you can hit and people like you and like you. Basically, your shit comes from a pure fan base and stuff like
Right.
that, and different opportunities in that way. But man, any other thing, every time they do a story, that's the Chris Rock line that came from the thing. Behind every great fortune is a great crime.
Yeah.
The only other way I can think of, and I can only really think of one, is to be an inventor. But most
That was what I was
inventors
about
do
to ask
not
you.
end up wealthy. Most of them get their shit stolen and
Of
done
course.
by somebody who has the money to develop it.
But if you can, I think
But
there's-
Dyson, the vacuum cleaner
I was about to
guy,
say I would use him as an
he's
example.
made himself very wealthy, but probably also a lot of A lot of cheap
Yeah,
labor.
no.
to build all them Dysons.
Invention would be the other one.
Yeah,
That's
the only
ideas
other
out.
one I can think of. But those guys
Invention.
usually get screwed.
But what about
Usually the people-
what if you open what about the I don't know what these people who these people are, but if you open a chain of grocery stores in a small town, right, or a small region, you got the Market Baskets in Beaumont in Southeast Texas.
Okay.
I have no idea who that is.
Okay.
Or a string of Mexican restaurants in a series of towns.
Wait till you hear about these Walmart bodies.
Well,
Because that's what you describing. And I've heard some fucked up stories since that dad died. The Sam Walton guy.
Well,
Well-
HEB's going through that right now.
but I'm not
Like-
talking about these
What you
massive
saying?
What they
corporations.
did,
what you
but
saying?
they
What you
started
saying?
out as small
No,
Everything grows to that certain point.
before they became millionaires.
But you can be a millionaire. $1 million
Okay.
is not a lot of money. But
I would. Okay.
I mean,
I would call somebody who has $1 million a millionaire. I would
Okay,
say
what
a
you
millionaire is somebody who has millions in the bank.
okay.
You know what I
I
mean?
just think you can.
I see what
I
you
think
mean.
I think you
What you
can
mean.
ethically get to that point before you become a Jeff Bezos or an Elon Musk.
Yeah, not
You're
that
in the-
evil type. I
Before
know
you
what you
get
mean.
up
I
there,
know what you
before you
mean.
build a mountain with laser sharks, there is a. I feel like there's an ethical place you can exist.
I haven't.
In
I
what,
can't think of
though?
an
Yeah.
example though.
But in what though? That's what, no, because that's what we
That's-
said.
I
that's
was
not-
racking my brain last night. I was really trying to think of somebody who has done this, and I can't.
Well, because I don't think they're public figures.
I leaned into the HEB story. I leaned because these
But I think
families started
you're
small.
Now you're into big.
That's starting to get
family,
big. That's starting to get
family
big.
estates and empires.
Well, what happens is when these stores get to a certain size, like if you're talking about like a chain of grocery stores or a chain of stores, when they get to a certain size, their vendors start relying on them as a way of keeping them
Correct.
in business.
Correct.
And
That's
then they
right.
go,
That's right.
we want
That's
that
exactly what
cheaper.
it is.
And then the vendor's really in debt to them because nobody else is buying the volume that they're buying, and so the vendor has to cut off all their other people they're supplying.
Okay, but that's
and then
because
at some
the-
point they're making a $2 jar of pickles they can't afford to make.
But this is that's partially the vendor's fault for falling on reliance of one company. I mean, there's bad business all the way down
there's a
in that
reason
model.
don't put your eggs all in one basket.
One
to
basket,
say
yeah,
it,
that's
yes.
but that doesn't necessarily. And again, I'm not pro corporation in that, but
Yeah.
also.
I didn't say you were. I'm
Right,
not,
right,
I'm not
yeah,
saying
no,
this
but
is-
I want to clarify that. But it's also that doesn't make the person getting the shit into the stick the victim always. That's
Okay,
it.
I see what you mean.
Sometimes
No, but it
sometimes
doesn't
you
make
walk-
the person doing it and responsible at the other end of
But
it.
if you become reliant on
neither money nor lack of having money is a virtue.
correct,
But
Okay.
just because you're poor doesn't mean you're a good person.
True.
Clearly,
and just because
But-
you're rich doesn't make you
Make you
bad.
bad.
no, but
I know
usually,
it tends to the system tends to shake out
Yeah,
that way.
man, yeah.
More times
But
than
I-
not.
but that's kind of the thing is that in that space we see all the big bad people because that's what gets our attention. But I think on the way to that, there's so many layers of people actually existing in probably decent.
I don't with Jerry, maybe real estate. Real estate might be another one. Inventor real estate, maybe. But that's
Yeah.
kind of that might be even pushing it too. Because this is what I really feel. I feel like the reason you have a cap in which you can be good and ethical. Like there's a cap
If you work it
on that-
hourly,
No, there's a cap on that money. No, there's a cap on what you gonna hit before
You become
I don't know who the
unethical.
fuck, but something is gonna happen where there is some sort of fucked up that's gonna take you to this higher level. It just seems like every story, even some of the stories in entertainment, where you just be like, how the fuck, like this person's fucking at this, and then you hear fucked up, crazy stories leading up to that,
Yeah.
or it gets unveiled. Like it gets unveiled later. Like, this is it. We shutting this motherfucker down, and you hear these wild stories. I don't know what go down, what happens, but it just seems to be a certain threshold you hit where it's like, bro, if you
So
go
once the-
above this price,
once they do that, when you die, we laugh.
Well, no, I wasn't saying
you said
that.
that was you breaking into that. I mean,
I wasn't saying that. I was just saying I was really thinking about that
Yeah.
aspect
I
of
got
it.
it.
Like,
But yeah,
why would
but
people?
we said-
Why do people think that way? Because I heard people saying stuff like that too, and I don't agree with that. I don't agree with.
and if
fucking
there's no
shitting on people,
if there's
like
no
that.
straight impact, right? Like you could have if you could have whatever you could have, however many billionaire. But if there's like you've impacted a group of people in this positive way, like whether it be an artist or whatever, and we see that we usually don't laugh at those deaths,
Right.
Because you know what I mean.
But I don't know anything about these dudes who died. I don't know if they did good shit or
and
bad.
That's my
I'm
point,
sure
and
there's-
that's what I'm saying. Where you're like, it's that detachment where you like, You just don't. It don't even.
I know, but when I'm detached, my default setting isn't to just mock the. That's just where I get weird. It's just a weird. I don't know why this one.
I love you, but I believe 0% of this shit. Listen, I believe 0% of this shit. I've seen you scream at homeless people. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like, it's like,
But
get the fuck out of here. I'm not.
They never
and
died
your
in front of me.
flip side
No,
is.
if he had died, I wouldn't have said pivot.
The way you're screaming, we don't know what
Slade
happened
would've
when they
pulled
turned that corner. I'll tell you this: I've never seen you scream at the same homeless person because maybe after you yelled, motherfucker hung himself by his dirty shoestrings.
Well, he couldn't afford a bullet.
Have you ever heard him scream at a millionaire?
Right? Never in my fucking life. I don't like.
Because they've never
not
asked me
buying
for a
that.
cigarette, Derek.
Interrupted my goddamn conversation.
You know why I don't do it? Because they don't hang out in the same place as I do, Jerry.
You might have. I think
I'm
you
slumping
saw.
it, bro. Because all my altercations happen outside of bars downtown.
It ain't punching down if I'm almost homeless.
I think you got sucked up by the bad. It's fucked up, but the
bad
business
jokes.
we're in, we follow shit. Like I almost want to make a post be like, I blame all you niggas for my depression. Every comic I follow, I blame y'all because I don't really follow other. I follow mostly my friends, and it's y'all. I see y'all sad shit, and it's draining me. So I think you might have got sucked into that, where like
It's
you
possible.
just kept seeing like that, and it got in your shit.
I
because,
really think that may be it.
because me and you we've laughed at because
Yes.
we know where that comes from.
Yeah,
Our
and
place of joking
Again,
comes from.
you understand? I'm not against the idea of making fun of it. I'm against it being compartmentalized and okay in some situations.
Yeah.
Are we all in or we
and
not?
it's who you saw that
Is
from.
this okay
Exactly.
or not?
No,
and it's all
Yeah.
comics.
I think I think certain comics relate to that on because we all know where. All right, when Ari Shaffir did the thing when Kobe passed,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
He does it every time. Man, it took like that because of big fan of Kobe
Yeah.
and everything, and it took a couple days to be
You
like,
shivered a little bit.
All
Yeah.
right, man, like I get what Ari was. It took the comic in me. It took a couple days, but the other side of it, you like motherfucker because you kind of hurting at that
yeah,
moment.
I'm just It's
Yeah,
I think
but you saw
That may
all
be
you
it.
just saw so much of that bullshit in a row, and the way our brain processes it now when
That
we're
really may be
scrolling,
it.
it just you come overwhelmed with it, and you just like, well, what the fuck? And then you kind of had that approach on it.
Yeah,
That's what I believe
that's
because
very-
I've been
it's very
there.
real.
I've been there before. I've been in that
Yeah.
same space.
I feel like that's
it's very positive.
we live in a comics vacuum about half the time because I will say shit to Rach and she's like, "What are you? What
Oh
are you
yeah,
talking
yeah, yeah,
about?"
yeah.
It-
My
it-
mind is dark.
yeah,
All I'm
shit-
doing is
shit-
popping tension bubbles in my
but
brain.
then she's like, she'll tell me all these things that people are joking about. I'm like, I hadn't heard anybody say fuck all about that, you know. But I only follow comics, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
that's fair. That's a fair
100%.
assessment.
I think that's what happened. Like and then, but this is the thing. I like.
All right,
when
I'm
a
gonna go write
person-
10 submarine jokes.
Yeah.
I got them in me. I'm fucking.
Yeah, but it's like, but see, this is the thing, man. What's so special about about this shit? Why I love this shit so much, and I hate when a motherfucker disrespect it, is that you seeing that and that approach at it. You don't know what that's the thing that's gonna make your bit
Because-
that much more
yes.
special because everybody's coming from it from the detached version.
This-
but if you come from it from like you're empathizing with the rich people,
It's a totally different-
That's the different turn. Now
It's the whole. I don't think. I truly believe you can joke about anything. Like
Yeah.
everything has an angle in. I'm probably most disappointed at the fucking surface
shit.
level terribleness of it all. Where I just go,
It's-
you didn't find an original way in.
It's Trey's
That's
thing
it.
where he said every time you think of something, go look on Twitter, see how many people have already made that joke.
I used to Google every one of those, especially the easy, fast ones. I remember when I did it. I went and Googled or I searched it on Twitter when what was the Super Bowl in the Superdome when the lights went out.
That was 2012. That was the Ravens versus the 49ers.
Yes, I forget what the joke was, but it was. I instantly
Whatever
had
the
it,
lights was
and I instantly searched it on Twitter, not to see if I could tell it, but because it came so fast, I was like,
How
I
many
want to
people hit
see
this?
how many people greenlit this.
Yeah.
And they were just showing up while I was searching. I was
Yeah.
like, oh,
because
that's...
real comedy is saying your third thought
Yeah.
first.
Yep.
That's what it is. So
Yep.
when you go in there, it's all shit. Look at you listening, nigga.
I'm like, damn, all right.
Like,
Fuck.
It's
He's
saying
30
your
minutes
third-
away from hitting a black spurt.
Right.
You watch
Oh,
this.
black spurt.
Full blown.
That's
But
the black spur
it's
hurt.
saying your third thought first. So whatever your first thought is, if that's what you tweeted,
Chunk it.
you a shit comment.
Yep.
Like, and that's all you see on Twitter is
First thought.
shit, anger, shit, whatever. It's all shit because it's just
It's first thought.
It's first thoughts.
What was funny to me
I don't
about what
put
I
anything
did was
out
I
there like
referenced to Edmund Fitzgerald, and I
man,
just thought that was
listen.
an obscure, funny fucking thing.
And you
to
put
reference.
a submarine in a lake. Or where was
Yeah, whatever. You know what I mean?
whatever,
But
yeah.
it was like,
did that wreck in a lake? Was it like in
yeah,
Okay.
like Michigan.
But that's so. Just
what was the Edmund Fitzgerald? I know there's a song.
It was a big steel shipping boat. It was a really famous steel shipping boat during the 50s
Okay, it wasn't
and
a
the
battleship.
60s. No, and they were just hauling a shit ton of steel, and a crazy ass hurricane force storm come out of nowhere and sank them, and literally like a mile from where they were going, and it killed everybody on board, and it was like a
And
really
who did
fucked
the
up
song?
deal. Gordon Fitzgerald, he just died.
Gordon Lightfoot.
Gordon Lightfoot, sorry, Sir Gordon Lightfoot.
How rich was he? I'm playing.
I don't think he was very rich.
Right.
Not by the end of
Did
it.
he have
Nobody-
$1 million? Because fuck him.
He was a folk singer, so they don't
Nobody
usually go out
jokes
well.
about blues singers.
Yeah.
Because they die broke. So
Yeah,
we be
yeah.
like, ooh, this is sad.
You can't fit $1 million in a tip jar. We gotta go.
Look, I know if I died tonight, the fucking
Spent $1 million
diabetes
in a-
and heart attack jokes are already written. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
I get hit by a bus tonight. There'd be 5 diabetes jokes tomorrow.
Yeah. They be like, guys, there's a sugar cleanup on
Yeah,
59.
Yeah. I just know that. So it's no holds barred with me. But I don't preach to people about making fun of other shit either.
Yeah, it's like that. So
So I get why
Again,
that upset.
my
Yeah,
big
that's
thing is
interesting.
like,
I'm exploring it.
we either police everything. Well, we ain't supposed to police nothing.
That's my point.
We ain't supposed
We
to
should
police
police
a
nothing.
fucking thing. Like, let a motherfucker go up and they doing their shit or whatever.
If it's good, it's good.
The
If it's
only
not,
thing
you'll
we
know.
supposed to be policing is funny.
That's it.
Not
I ju-
topics. Like,
I just
that
hate
shit
that.
sucks.
Oh, that's too soon. No, this job is too soon or too late, motherfucker.
That's it. Yes.
it's all
Uh,
time.
you know, if you ain't early, you're late.
I'm with you on all. I'm with you on all of it.
Yeah, but mostly the timing of it, you find out the reason timing is everything is if you come out real hot quick, it's probably bad.
Yes.
That's usually what
Yes.
happens. Nobody's got the right shit to say immediately.
I saw a
Dave
story.
Chappelle didn't put out 850. What was 850? What was
846.
846. He didn't put that out that week.
He didn't put it out at 8:47. Yeah.
but he was writing it.
Yeah, he was right.
He almost called it 8:47 because that's when he started writing.
All I'm saying.
All right, fine. Submarine.
I saw
jokes are
there
with
was
it.
a story, and it's not doesn't fall in y'all's categories or whatever. But about 6 months ago, there's well, you'll know why when I say it.
Go ahead. All right.
About 6 months ago, there's a story about one of these red dirt little poppy country singers who got lost on his own land.
What you talking about? I saw
Like
this
one of
story.
these country boy, good old boy, right?
he die?
Guy wears the boots and shit.
Did he die?
But he buys a big piece of but he had to get rescued
from his own property.
from his own fucking property he bought
Damn.
in Tennessee.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, I can't wait to tackle this. And I went on Twitter, and every country singer had something to say about it. I was like, oh, never mind, fuck that.
but
ain't no fuck that.
yeah, you got
thing
you got to take the country singers don't have. Be that dude. Two, if it died, would this be funnier?
Fuck yeah.
Okay.
Are you shitting me?
You died.
Are you shitting
died
me?
on
On your own
property.
You got
just
lost on
thought
your
that
own
up.
property, Bob?
Between here and the lawnmower?
And you died in your brand new square toe boots and your bedazzled jeans? Fuck you. Are you kidding me? That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Okay, I stand
It's meant to
corrected. I
be.
see the
I'll
humor in
laugh
this.
at the funeral.
These are my billionaires. That's all.
Yeah, yeah.
I just needed to be shown. I just needed to be shown the way out, bro. That was it. I just needed to see someone in bedazzled jeans and a
That
fucking
is-
lacquered up guitar to understand that dead people are hilarious again. All right, Adam Ertl, thanks for running everything in the back. Social media, Jerry, you're killing it. There's millions of people now online. At Jerry Wayne Longmire on everything.
Yeah, pretty much.
At Trey Tutson.
Yeah.
Simple enough. Your album's out. Blissful.
Please
Ease
go.
of-
So
Please keep
fucking good, too.
It's really good. We
Yeah.
listened,
Oh,
to, we
thank
listened
you.
to it on the way back from
I've listened to it twice since then.
San
Oh,
Antonio.
damn. Thank you
I
very
love
much,
the
Jerry.
blissful bit. I love
Yeah.
the everything surrounding that idea and premise. So
It's a
Thank
solid.
you very much. Thank you
It's
very
really
much.
well
I
thought
shared
out.
it on my
really
page. Told my people go check it out.
It's really well put
And keep
together.
buying this
It's
shit,
well
'cause I'm
written.
actually getting paid.
By just listen to it.
Listen to it.
Just go to
listen to
Spotify and put it on repeat. It's very easy. Chicken Joe Clark, you'll be back on the other side of things next month. I'm glad you got to sit in with us, have a couple of drinks, hang out, tap it
Appreciate
up.
it.
There's the boom.
Thank you very much.
You're a very funny dude. You're a very talented guy, worth following, worth catching live. We're gonna do our best to put you on some Whiskey Brothers stuff, or at least some of our stuff soon. You deserve to be on the show. Adam, thanks again. You guys listening at home, praisewhiskey.com, but find us mainly on YouTube. That's the best place to check everything
Can I say
out.
one thing?
Yes.
I've been saying this for a while. Thank you guys so much. Just you, and I don't feel bad, but you two guys and Sam and Robin, like I just appreciate you guys for bringing me in like a year in and helping me really blossom as a comic. You know, we don't give each other
I'm glad I was able
flowers
to do
and stuff
that.
like that, man. I fucking, but but the same, man. Just like being able to shoot the shit and being forgiving of me and my bullshit and just watching me grow up, like become a man and shit like that.
Bro, nothing.
I fucking appreciate you guys so much for that. I really do.
And we all got bullshit. We all bring our own bullshit to the
Yeah,
table.
Dude, it's been the coolest thing watching you grow, and if you hadn't, you wouldn't still be here. So
Oh, that's right. That's
you know who Queen is
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
No, it's brother. It's been one of the coolest trips, man. More Whiskey Brothers. We got so much more us coming up. Projects from all of us individually throughout 2023 and 2024.
August
19th,
19th, man.
my comedy special.
Mason James is gonna. No, fuck it.
Well, he might now.
right, yeah.
It's gonna be cool. Tickets at sladeham.com. I love you, fuckers. This has been great. We'll see you guys on another episode soon.
I believe in good whiskey, and I believe in good times. I believe in good music, loud guitars, cold